in terms of Nigerians being able to understand very clearly what we have now decided that we will be as a country?
Well, you see, Nigerians, if people did not, pay attention or they are not interested, and now come to make blame, I don't think it is justifiable. I don't think it is also fair, because there was an opportunity given to every Nigerians to listen to and make contribution to the debate that was going on. And I remember all the media were reporting, were reporting that in live. And a lot of Nigerians saw what was going on. Many Nigerians who are passionate, who are committed, who are interested in restructuring or reforming or addressing the problem in Nigeria, they came to that conference, they made submission. Like I said, I didn't say it's absolutely the most, best solution that we have. But in terms of representation, in terms of getting a lot of people to come and speak from different interest groups, I think, if you condemn the 1999 Constitution that was written by some people, would you now say that it is also condemned? The National Conference is also the same, small people. That's why I'm asking which number of people you want to have before you have a document that was agreeable. Because I'm not aware in anywhere in the world, even in the United Nations, United States Constitution that we're talking about, how many people sat down to write that Constitution? Ask yourself, the Britain, how many people? So sometimes people just talk, without actually meaning what they want. But because it is the moment of the day, so people want to follow that. Look, like I told you, civil society has been committed to, reforms in this country, whether restructuring, whether reform, whether addressing issue, and they have made far-reaching recommendations based on consultation from community to local to state to regional to national level. But this political class, they always kill it. They are not interested.
Now that we're talking about restructuring, because some people say that restructuring is not what some people want. They don't even want any part of the union. We've seen secessionist groups such as IPOB, MASOB, they're asking for an independent state and they want to be by themselves. From
what consensus did you have that? From where did you have the referendum to determine the actual number who want to remain or who want to get out of the thing? You see, this is the problem.
Now, I'm asking this based on what we've seen.
No, I'm saying that individual can just wake up to say, okay, this is what they want, and they impose it on people. So, you can be rest assured that, even those who say they want to break out, have they conducted, internal referendum to say that, okay, this is the majority of the people they want to break? There's no any statistic to show that. So if
they
you
are saying,
generalize...
now what they are asking for is a referendum. From what we now hear, that IPOB is saying, let us conduct a referendum.
Okay, so even at that, is that enough just for maybe 0% of a population to wake up and impose an agenda on the majority of people that did not even share that kind of aspiration?
Why you say 0%?
Yeah, for example...
Are you being kind?
Well, I'm very, very, very kind.
Are you saying they don't matter?
For example, I didn't say they didn't matter. They didn't matter. They matter very well, and they have the right to express themselves. Whether the people who gave the notice, whether the people who, say they want to leave, they have the fundamental right to exercise their, freedom of speech, even though sometimes not in accordance with decorum, or with agreement, on how, things should be. However, I am not denying anybody to express himself or herself. What I'm saying is that, do you have also the mandate, the authority to speak on my behalf, to say that I am acting on my behalf, somebody should leave, or somebody should, not to stay, or somebody should be given quick notice? That is not also fair to people who do not also share that kind of thing. What I am saying, I think if we come back to the real issue is that there are two classes of Nigerians, oppressors and oppressed people. And these are both from the north and the south. And they continue because this is the only way they can continue to be relevant. They can continue to manipulate the psyche of Nigerians, confuse them, but at the same time continue to exploit them, continue to manipulate them so that they would not have a say on anything. Every time, when you throw issue that will have to address issues of, their own comfort, they begin agitated and they begin to bring issues. For example, any reform or structuring that will not stop looting and stealing, for me, is a waste of time, because you cannot talk about restructuring Nigeria when people are determined to even, agitate for, immunity for looting, I cannot understand if, this is what somebody want to tell me. Or if you want to tell me somebody that, okay, there should not be accountability, there's no electoral accountability in your own way of reforming or structuring or changing the way things in Nigeria are, or even the lopsidedness, in terms of physical federalism that we're talking about, even the, the devolution of power. Look, I think, we should redirect this debate. The debate is about the fact that many Nigerians, especially the young people, have been, subjected to inhuman conditions. They have no job, they have no access to school, they have no access to, any quality of life, and therefore the political class, they continue to use that as a vehicle of also causing, confusion in their head, because they deny them to have quality education. The public institutions are not working. All of these people, big men, they have, ready-made aircraft that if there's any katakata in Nigeria, the next minute they are out of this country. So I think the Nigerian youth, they understand this game very well. They understand that it is a game of this political elite from the north and the south, Muslim Christians, that have continued to undermine their progress and the development.
So in your own solutions right now, because you definitely, as a member of the CONFAB, you have sat to work out some workable solutions, as it were. And now the government is saying, the party in government is saying, well, we did not participate in that conference, and we were still very skeptical around as to the circumstances under which the conference took place. We heard the governor of Kaduna State speak on behalf of the Progressive Governors Forum. We also heard the chairman of the APC say that our party manifesto was very clear. We did not talk about restructuring. We talked about devolution of powers. What are your thoughts as to the solutions that the government of the day could be pursuing as regards, the 2014 CONFAB, which you participated in? I
don't think it is issue of the government of the day. I think it's about the Nigerian people. You cannot stop Nigerians from discussing issues they consider rightly or wrongly as the main problem of this country. And whatever you are going to go and come back, those issues will still remain with us if you don't discuss them honestly with view to finding solution. So whether it is the conference report, whether it is the General Obasanjo report, whether it is the Abacha conference, all of these conferences came up with far-reaching recommendations. But the political will from the elite to pick those recommendations and address our problems is where there is a problem. There's disconnect in the sincerity of implementing those things, and that is why I'm saying that it will tantamount to a waste of public funds and also a waste of people's time that you completely ignore that report. A lot of things, a lot of good recommendations, came from that conference. You can take them, and address it. And that's why we say we made it very easy for President Jonathan. We made issues that has to do with policy that within his own power as president of Nigeria then, that he can address. Issues that has to do with the National Assembly, they can, through the bill, they can do that, Issues that has to do with, constitutional reform, we do that. But people, decided just to, ignore that. And now the new permanent law of what is
quickly for you, and I need this answer in yes or no. The solution lies in implementing the 2014 National Conference. I
did not say complete solution. I'm saying that we can take some part of that because those are issues. There are issues that are actually important that we can address.
Okay, well, I have to say thank you very much, Mr. Awal Musa Rafsanjani is the Executive Director of CISLAC and also Head of Transparency International Nigeria and Chairman Board of Amnesty International here in Nigeria. Thank you so much for coming on Sunrise Daily. We'll take a moment now. Sunrise Daily will continue in just a moment. Please stay with us.